Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 13th of December 2018. I'm using the Alice in Wonderland tarot for today. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. The Nine of Swords in reverse. The Two of Wands in reverse. And the Five of Swords in reverse. So because we have three reverse cards, I'm going to turn them all over and read them this way and see what the opposite means. The Five of Swords is about major competition and conflict. The Queen has kicked these two guys' asses. She has taken the swords. She has humiliated them, defeated them. Look at the body language. And she's the Queen, and she's taken their swords off them. And there's no doubt about who's boss. So there's an energy of competitiveness, fighting, putting other people down to make yourself feel better. So she's a giant bully. And that's the way she thinks. I'm the Queen. Anyone who questions or dares to question me, maybe they painted the roses too slowly. Done. Next card is Two of Wands. Alice is looking at where does she go. The Two of Wands is a gate card. It's about deciding what path to follow in life. And you're at a crossroads. Do you go with your passions, or do you go with your sense of conscience and what your higher self says, this is really what's right for you, or this is the right thing to do? Finally, the Nine of Swords is about lying in bed at 3 in the morning and worrying about everything terrible that's happening to you. Let's turn that around. You've got nothing to worry about. You don't have to make any kind of choice, and there's no sense of competition. So you can stay put, enjoy the life you've got. You're not at a crossroads. You're not a bully. In fact, you feel quite compassionate towards other people, and you feel a sense of freedom from worry. So you're carefree, footloose, running around, having a good time, enjoying yourself. So those kind of days are fun. You don't have to take responsibility for anything. You're doing what you please, and you throw worries out the window. So it's a day where it's kind of excessive in the sense that you don't worry about anything. Not that you have to worry. You also don't feel like you have an obligation or any sort of duty or connection with other people in the sense that I have to prove myself or anything like that. You feel like you're an equal. This is still a gate card, whether it's upside down or not. So you can walk through this gate into your life, and what I really think is that you follow your passion. And what you neglect is this sense of duty. So have fun today, but also try and balance it out with, okay, I still gotta clean the house, and I've still got to book the plane ticket if I want to go home for Christmas. And I still have to look at the credit card and see if it's maxed out or not. It's these two things, thinking and worrying. Worrying is usually like an insurance policy. We try and we worry about things because if we feel like we're worrying about them, we're preparing for them. Like if your child goes out and you set the curfew at midnight, and you sit there all night worrying about what's happening to them. So, oh my God, they could be taking drugs right now, or some boy could be taking advantage of my child. And then when it's past the curfew and they don't come home, then the real worry kicks in. What am I going to do if my child has gone missing? Am I going to call the police? How do I deal with the fact that my daughter has taken drugs? And it's all in your head, and your child walks in at 5 past midnight, not having done any of those things, and all of that preparation was for nothing. So worrying, yes, is useless, but sometimes thinking about your place in the real world and what you're doing is essential if you don't want to completely lose yourself and just live a life of excess and be completely irresponsible. And today you have the potential to be completely irresponsible and to have fun and to just love and traipse around and enjoy yourself and skip along the chessboard and do whatever it is you please. You can do whatever you please. You're a free person, but just cool it a bit. And try and remember that there is a real life. It's a great thing that today you feel so good that nothing can touch you, you're invincible, and you're in this bubble of bliss. But when you come out of that bubble, swords ping, and the bubble goes away, you're going to have a rude awakening. Uh-oh, I just bought myself a beautiful diamond necklace, and I have £3 in the bank. So don't do that to yourself. So I'm just going to turn them around because I just like seeing the cards for what they are. I'm getting something else. Big bully woman drops all of that negative thinking. She turns into an innocent young girl who's following her dreams instead of feeling pressured to do things. And you start fresh and you face the uncertainty and worry about it, but you have a do-over. You can find a different way of living. And if you embrace the uncertainty, you don't know what's going to happen. You could end up like her again, or you could turn into a beautiful, loving queen whose people adore her. It's your choice. So that's nice, because we don't really get do-overs in life. Once you've said it and once you've alienated the people, they remain alienated. So it's a different way of looking at your life and saying, am I really this bossy person who I don't even recognize anymore? And do I like being her? No. I'm going to go back to who I was. I know that's scary. I didn't have that power back then. But I don't want to be this. And that we can do that in life, you know? I mean, I was a school teacher at 30. I am not a school teacher anymore. So that identity disappeared. And people thought of me as a school teacher. People think of her as an evil queen. She doesn't need to continue that. She can give up and become something else. So it's a great day to enjoy yourself, to reinvent yourself. Just try and keep grounded on some level and try and keep some sort of perspective on reality. Otherwise, it's just excess. 9, nothing exceeds like excess, Michelle Pfeiffer. 9 and 2 is 11, and 5 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 is mind and creativity. So it's your perspective. It's how you see yourself and the world that opens up. And you have a choice whether you're going to continue along a certain path or whether you're going to do something differently. And also your creativity is just so alive and blossoming today that when you walk into Fortnum and Mason's and you see this gorgeous tin of biscuits, which usually costs 50p at the local supermarket, but because it's in Fortnum and Mason and it's in a beautiful tin box with decorative designs on it and it's Christmas and it costs £50, you'll go for the £50 because it just taps into your imagination. So watch out for that kind of thing. You're really, there's a possibility of being overly grandiose. And what comes before a fall? Pride and grandiosity. So try and keep that in check. Have a lovely day. It looks like a lot of fun. Just don't overdo it. And I mean, most of us tend to not overdo it anyway. Most people are overly cautious. So if you are someone who's totally super cautious in life, lay your hair down today and have some fun. And if you're someone who's just going out every night and living a life of excess, then really look at what you're doing and how that's going to affect you. So you're studying architecture, but you haven't gone to one lecture yet. But what you do, you go night clubbing every night and you have a different boyfriend every week. Then think about how you're going to graduate from that course. Probably not with a first. Today you have the ability to look at that again and make a different decision. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In the personal readings, I use the tarot, and the way I just combine the numbers with the tarot, I combine all three divination systems, astrology, tarot, and numerology. The astrology chart is a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to get that drawn up. Once I have it, it shows me what your life purpose is, which path you're meant to take, what your identity is all about, what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's destined for you and what's coming up in future. So it can give you some sort of peace of mind because it can clarify things and it kind of gives you your power back. If you know what you're doing, like I always envied the kids at school who were like at 5 years old, I'm going to be a vet. And then they just know that. And then they study veterinarians. They go to veterinary school and they become a vet, and it's just so easy for them. Whereas the rest of us, or myself, was just wandering around trying to find where I belong for years and years and years. And in this case, you have a really clear view of who you can become. And in the readings as well, it gives you that information. And once you have the information, then you can do something about it rather than wander around and do all these crappy jobs that pay you a minimum wage. It applies as well if you're retired. If you're like, I'm at a loss, what am I supposed to be doing now? The astrology chart shows you what your life purpose is, and it doesn't have to do with work. Your life purpose may be to enlighten others or to be a healer, and that doesn't stop when you retire. It also shows me what's coming up for you in future in every area of your life: self-development, spirituality, friendships, hopes and dreams, career, travel, your connection with other people, institutions, relationships, physical health, daily routine, work, romantic relationships, family, communication, siblings, money, and again, the way you see yourself and who you are and who you want to become. So I hope you have a great day. If you'd like a private reading with me, visit the website gregoryscott.com, click on the readings tab to order your reading. If you like my videos, please subscribe, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.